We're live! Yay! This is actually my first live show on this channel.
Hey!
Yeah, I'm excited. So we are live showing about Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas, which is the last book of the Throne of Glass series. And you're on my channel. I'm Kassie. And who wants to go next? Brittni.
I guess I'll go next.
Okay, Jackie go.
Everyone's just like, no.
Alright, I guess I'll start off. So, hi guys, I'm Jackie. My channel is Evil Queen Books. This was my first time reading of Kingdom of Ash, and I literally just finished it like an hour ago, and I'm still an emotional wreck. I gave it 5 stars, like I predicted I would have, since I became in the mail basically 2 years ago. So I loved it. Yeah, 5 stars from me.
Paula.
Okay. Hi. Obviously, Paula, Fandom and Books. Sorry, I am really, really sick, so my voice sounds epically sexy. First time reading this, and it's taken me forever to actually get around to finishing the series. I don't know what it is, but it's sometimes I'll get like halfway through a series and then I'll be like, nope, I'm not going to read that book for like 5 years. But no,
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I don't want it to end. But no, I finished it earlier on this afternoon and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it.
Yay.
Hi, everybody. I am Brittni from Brittni's Book Find, and this is my, I was going to say second time reading Kingdom of Ash, but I really am not done. So like 1.5 times. I read this before with Kassie, actually, so that's really exciting. And the first time I read this, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. I don't know quite yet. Like, I do know this isn't my favorite in the series, but I absolutely love it. I love how it came together. Excited to talk about it. So right now I'd say at least 4 or 5 stars. I just don't know yet till I reread it, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. I guess I also didn't say my rating because I'm actually in the same boat as Brittni. This is like my second read of it, but I didn't actually finish it before the live show started because I suck. But I did give it a 5 out of 5 stars the first time, and it's definitely going to be a 5 out of 5 stars this time. I think that this is my favorite book in the series. Like, there's some scenes in this novel that I like tear up just thinking about. And I read it seriously, and I read it for the first time in January of 2019, so a little bit over a year ago, and like still I haven't gotten to those scenes yet, but I like cry just thinking about them. So.
Yeah.
Can we say that then, like before we go into any spoilers or anything like that, what if we could say now and choose which one our favorite one is? Kassie, you said probably Kingdom of Ash, unless you want to say something else on that. But maybe if we had to choose now, which do you think would be your favorite?
Ooh.
Definitely Kingdom of Ash for me.
Okay.
I think it's Air of Fire, I think. Because I think that's the turning point where it just goes, oh, shit's going down.
Yeah.
And then it's like it just that's the one. I mean, I did really like this one, and I have to say that doing all the reread, I have been a lot more critical of the series as a whole. So I think when I first like read most of them, I was like, yeah, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, love them. And then
that was me the first time.
And then I've got a little bit more critical, but no, I would say probably Air of Fire. I really did enjoy Queen of Shadows the first time, but I think on the second reading, I think it was a little too long. It was like, yeah, come on. Let's get going.
It's so interesting because I have a similar experience, like just before I asked that question, I kind of like had a change of thought because the first time I read these, Empire Storms has always been my favorite. Like the first time I read it, I was like, this is like my favorite book of all time, like Empire Storms. So that's definitely one of my favorites. But I honestly, like, just during this reread, if I have to be honest with myself, I think it might be Airfire as well. During this reread, it was just such a different experience. And maybe it's because we knew it was happening. So, I don't know, Airfire had this, like, different, like, connective elements that, like, was like, oh, my God, that's why. Whereas Empire Storms was kind of like, you know, we're going to get to it. Now it's kind of like the buildup. We already know that. So those two are my favorite. But I think this, after all, it's Airfire. It's so crazy to say. Yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah, Airfire is also really, really good.
I would say for me, it's really hard for me to pick a favorite. Like I've said since we started this read along, like this has never been like my favorite series of all time, but it's in the top 3. I think as of right now, since I just finished the series an hour ago, like I said, I would say this is like a tie between Empire Storms, Crown of Midnight, and Kingdom of Ash. Those are the top 3 for me.
Crown of Midnight's in there. Wow.
Yeah.
Crown of Midnight has such a good ending. Like,
I mean, and to be fair, the Assassin's Blade is quite good. The Assassin's Blade has. It's like it's one of those where it's like it is a book in the series, and you do consider it a book in the series, but when you think of it as a whole, you don't think of that being part of the series, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally.
I'm not just not delirious. It's fine. Okay.
So if you have the opposite, then what's your least favorite?
Throne of Glass.
Ooh.
See, I was like, Throne of Glass and Tower of Dawn. Like,
yeah.
The ending of Tower of Dawn's better. So I don't. Yeah. Those two toss me up.
Honestly, Tower of Dawn. I do love Tower of Dawn, but what I wish that they had done instead. Words. Okay, I wish that instead of having Tower of Dawn and Empire Storms, I wish that we had. Because they happen simultaneously. I wish that we had all of the stories at the same time.
Yeah.
And like cut it in half somehow. Like I don't know what would have been a nice arc for those.
Basically have those 2 books spliced together, but also separated into 2 books.
Yeah, like it's too long to put into one book.
Yeah.
Right.
There's too much in those 2 books to like cut down into just one book. But I don't like that we separated the characters and we read these characters and we read these characters because
Do you think
especially with who they decided.
Like there could have been like just an extra book, but done the same way all the other books are done. You know what I mean?
But a lot of people didn't want to read Tower of Dawn because a lot of people, including myself, don't particularly like Kale that much because he's a whiny little bitch.
He's annoying.
So a lot of people were just like, obviously we were expecting the next book, and then it all came out of like, oh, this one's just all going to be about Kale, and everyone was just like, no, I ain't reading that. Where's the book that I actually want, please?
Yeah. And like, I love the characters that we meet in Tower of Dawn, and I love some of the lore and like the new history from the new continent that we get in that book. Like, there's so much greatness to that story, but I wish that she had picked either a different character to follow on their own to then get us there, or to have spliced it together so that we got 2 books worth of all of the characters. I don't know. I don't know what would have made it better, but
a Manon book would have been.
Oh my God. Okay, so I was listening to Christine from Pulling Bananas Books. She did a part 1 and part 2 of Kingdom of Ash book talk, like back when she read it the first time. I don't know if she's reread it since. It doesn't matter. It was a while ago when she made them. And so I was listening to that to like keep up since I haven't finished the book this second time around. And she was talking about, oh my God, why did I bring her up?
Are you okay?
Why did I bring her up?
What?
There was a
we're talking
reason.
about Manon.
Manon, that was what we were talking about. Okay, she's talking in her video about how, wow, my brain is really not working tonight. I'm sorry. Okay,
Can I just, right, it's 2 a.m. for me. I'm the one that's sick and kind of delirious on, like, you know, hopped up on all these medications. Yeah.
I don't have an excuse. I have none. Okay, so she was talking about how she wants, because like the end of Kingdom of Ash is like the beginning of Manon stepping into her role as the Queen of Witches.
Right.
And so like,
oh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
Spoilers abound starting now.
No.
But it wasn't working.
I just let it roll on these.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's my channel. I get to pick anything.
Yeah.
It's the seventh book. It's the seventh book if you haven't figured it out yet, you know.
Yeah. And it's been out for over a year. So, okay, so yeah, she steps into this role at the end. And so Christine was talking about wanting a book following her, like, rebuilding the witchdom and stuff. And I want it.
I want it so bad.
Yeah. She better, like, I would literally.
Sorry.
But can we even talk about, like, that one part? Like, I really wanted to ask this. What were your thoughts on the end outcome of Manon and Dorian? Was it what you expected?
No, not what I expected.
Me neither.
Kinda.
Really?
Yeah. Because I shipped their relationship anyway.
Yeah.
I could, like, Cassie's like, no.
No.
I shipped them initially.
Yeah.
I did ship them initially.
Yeah.
Well, I shipped them the whole way through, and I mean, even though throughout this book their relationship was not the healthiest of relationships, but I think they definitely I think Manon definitely grew a lot more in this book and definitely grew into her own. And I have to say, when the fight was happening, I was just like, yes, queen, literally. Yes.
You are my queen.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was just like, oh, and when her grandmother run away, I was like, bitch.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing?
That was amazing. And she just, oh my gosh, she just lets her go. She's like, no, let her. Oh.
Well, like, that's the thing is, like, I feel like it was done right in the sense I felt like it made sense for the relationship to just kind of, like, you know, you're meant to do this and you're meant to do that. Let's see what happens. And if it comes together, it comes together. Like, it makes sense for them because it just, I don't know, it just fits for them. But I also was somehow expecting her to, like, tie it in a little bow and them, like, be together for some reason.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
can
I just ask, are we all happy about all the ships that actually came to fruition in this?
I have to think of all them.
Well, obviously,
so many.
Rowan and Aelin, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Reed and
Lorcan.
Yeah. Adian and Lysandra.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Irene.
Irene.
And Kale.
He's too good. Too good for him.
See, I like one of the lines in like it comes like one of the last couple of chapters, and Dorian's like chatting away to Irene, or like they're stood there having a conversation all together, and Dorian was just like, "Yeah, if it weren't for Kale, I probably would have married her myself." It's like, dude. Yeah. Can you not find a woman on your own? Do you have to have Kale seconds? Is that a thing?
Always.
Oh, that's funny.
Hello.
Yeah. Are those all the ships?
I think so.
All the main ones, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, minus Kale.
Yeah. Well, we all know that Irene's just too good for everyone. I'm so happy about Adian and Lysandra, though. And the
my heart.
Oh,
I love it.
I was like,
I was so mad at him when he actually, okay, let's get into Adian for a minute because he
Oh,
made me bad all book long. He makes me so angry because he's just so angry all the time.
Yeah.
Because he's mad at Aelin, and it like hurts me to watch him just be angry at her while we're also watching her go through the worst experience of her life. And I'm just like, how dare you be mad at her when that's what she's going through? Obviously, he doesn't know what she's going through, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then
read the situation.
Yeah, and then he's like mad at Lysandra for following what the queen asked her to do, and I'm just like, you're gonna be mad at her? Really?
Yeah.
That's what we're getting? And he throws her out in the snow. Wow. Pissed.
Yeah. It was a total dick move, and even when she actually gets injured and he does all the things for her, and she was just like, yeah, just because you've realized how much of a dick you are doesn't mean it's instantaneously made it better.
I really liked her reaction to him. Like, she doesn't just go like, oh, you said sorry, yay. Like, she really makes him, like, she has to go through her own forgiveness. After he treated her the way he treated her. I really love the line she says to him about, it's like after he freaks out because she turns into Aelin on the battlefield and all of that, and then he like freaks out and is all worried about her and apologizes, and she has this like, I'm gonna butcher it, but like basically she tells him, in all of my life, even as like a prostitute and all of this stuff, I've never been so like put down by you. She says it better than that, but that's essentially what she says. And I'm like, good for you for standing up, because like he made me so mad. It made me mad in this book, let's be real.
It does seem like I mean, even at the whole end where like Aelin's like all the battles done and everything, and she's like, no, come to me, my women. It's like, yes, the women go first and then the men follow. But it does I mean, yay for strong female characters, but it does seem like the only person that was not a dick in this entire thing was Rowan. I think he's like the only male character that wasn't an absolute arse.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly. Yeah, he does so well, like giving Aelin the space she needs and like letting her decide what she can handle from him. Like,
like you guys just feel like when, like, I remember this, I read this part, and it gets me every time, because I listened to the audiobook, by the way, so it was even more intense. Did anyone else read the audiobook? Listen to the audiobook?
I switched between
this part where she's taking off the mask.
And,
if you heard the audio book part of it, though, like you can hear her pain, and she's like, take it off, and it like almost like brought her back to what she was like in the salt mines, because she was like she was literally this unstoppable woman that you can't fuck with no matter what you do, or like she's the end all be all person, and you just finally just see this moment that she isn't perfect, you know, and she had that moment, and it was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know, it just made me really connect with her at that moment again.
Yeah,
that part just killed me. And then I think Rowan like really being there for her, if I remember correctly, working through it with the mask, because it was stuck on her, right? And maybe seeing that part of her made him like that more so.
And he like has her teach him how to make the open mark, so that he can do it for her, because she can't do it herself. Oh, it's so good.
I mean, even when he redoes the tattoo and he actually puts the word marks in the tattoo, so she'll be able to find a way back to him and stuff. I was just like, Rowan, what a legend.
Yep.
Respect.
I love him. He's amazing.
It's like every other male in this series. Whatever.
Anyone that reads Air of Fire and is like, I hate him, he's an ass, just keep going.
Yeah.
that was my initial thoughts on Rowan. I thought he was complete ass and air fire.
Yeah.
And
I loved him.
now I'm like, oh my god, Rowan.
I totally read him in Airfire as this like annoying show off that has a heart though, and I was like, oh, I'm ready for this. Like that was my favorite thing about Rowan.
Yeah,
I think that was perfect together though, because obviously with Aelin's sassy McSassiness in the earlier section. Yeah.
Oh my god, they're amazing. I love them so much.
Can I say one thing I have to mention with Paula, because I sent her a message on Instagram I'm laughing. She posted a photo of her notes. Can you read that note? Like I was laughing.
Everyone's army doesn't like snow. Why?
Like so in depth. Like just like, why don't they like snow? I don't understand.
No, because literally when I'm taking notes, any thought that pops into my head, I have to put it down. So it's just like, it didn't make sense to me because obviously from where they come from, of like, you know, it being all dark and Blair and whatever, it's just like, well, why are you having such a bitch fit about it being cold? What? I don't get it.
I just
still don't figure it. Still don't know why, but you know, hey.
I just want to read
my gosh.
notes and just see what comes through with your mind.
Oh, my notes are hilarious.
What was
Whoop, chapter 6, and we get Kale. Sarcasm.
Oh my gosh, you hate Kale so much. Poor Kale.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
Oh god.
See,
okay,
yeah, I think I should just publish my notes.
Yes.
Just let everyone feel.
Yes, Paula, do it.
What was everyone's favorite scene?
Oh god.
I'm not going to go first because I need some time. I think
Okay, well, I want to say that I have two questions like this: favorite scene, and then like most emotionally intense scene. So they
know that
might be different, and I know which one's the emotionally intense one for me.
Same. I think it's the same as
Me too.
yours, but I don't remember it clearly.
I have several emotional scenes.
Go.
Well, obviously the one of the most coming up first for the emotional scenes was the 13.
Oh,
that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, when they just like were like, no, you. I mean, first of all, you're already tense and all like, you know, scared for Abraxas because, you know, poor baby got his throat slit, and you're just like, oh my god, my baby, no. And then the 13 are just like, no, you stay here. We'll go sort out that witch tower. And I was just like, oh, ow. And then when
stop
they do it,
stop.
Yeah, and then when they came out after like they destroyed it, and then everyone's like bringing the flowers and doing the things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my heart. Ow.
Ow.
I listened to that part on audiobook driving up to LA to go visit Chelsea from Chelsea Dowling Reads, and she doesn't read the Throne of Glass series because she doesn't have fantasy. And so for 45 minutes driving to her, that was the scene. I like opened up my car to read the scene where Abraxas almost dies, and then the 13 sacrifice themselves, and then everybody and so I get to her house, just a sobbing mess. And I texted her, listen, I was crying in the car, so I'm fine. But you're going to see my face when you come open the gate for me, and I'm a mess. And she was like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay.
I was thinking of, because I have such a like connection to the witches and Madonna.
Yeah.
Like that was so unexpected. Like
for the entire 13 to be lost.
I'm like,
oh
god.
So intense.
My
thing after thing after thing in that spot. Sorry, it's
fine. The other emotional thing that really got me, I think it was more of a personal level, was Gavriel and Adian.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously they didn't have time to do their father-son relationship and build all those things. But it really hit me quite hard because obviously I lost my dad early last year. So it really hit me in the feels with that one. But when, again, Rowan doing the tattoos for everyone, and he was just telling Adian all the stories about Gabriel and things like that, I was just like, oh my god.
I'm crying. I like tearing up just thinking about all these beautiful scenes. Another one that gets me that's really emotionally intense is when Fenris almost dies because he broke so that whole scene where she finally decides she's going to escape, and then like you're watching Rowan and Lorcan and Gabriel like work to get there, and like Rowan's feeling the things where he's like gotta go early, like he knows that he's not supposed to go yet but he's gonna go anyway. And it's just like revving this whole thing up, and then oh my god, and then watching Fenris like bring the oath and then that scene once everything is like okay-ish and her giving Fenris the blood oath. Okay, so this was crazy for me too because I misremembered and I thought Fenris died. I thought it didn't work. And so I just misremembered that he survives the blood oath after she gave it to him. So I'm in this scene going, oh no, this is the scene that he dies in. So I'm like super extraordinarily emotional throughout this whole thing. And I get to the point where he does survive. And I was like, oh my God, I completely misremembered this whole thing. So I was like even extra emotional this second time around. But wow.
How relieved did you feel though?
Like so much I like was embarrassed by how upset I had gotten. It's like I'm just like, wow, geez, I was like overly freaking out thinking this was his death, but it wasn't.
I felt like that beginning scene where she was in the box and being tortured for so it was like 25 chapters. I was like, is this ever gonna end? Like it was that was just like an emotional thing because every time it was at her scenes, it was just torture.
Yeah, I'd totally forgotten that Fenris was the one actually changed. So it's like even in my notes, I'm just like, who the hell's the white wolf?
I thought that the first time I read it. I remember, Kassie, I messaged you, I think the first time we read it. I'm like, who is this? Like, I'm so confused. I'm like, and remember, I messaged you and I was like, didn't I say like, is it a fae or something? Like I was like really confused.
I couldn't remember who it was either.
Why is that? Why did we not like?
He's totally secondary. Until this.
Well, I think it's more of a case of like when Empire of Storms? When that ends and it's just like, okay, Aylin's in a box now, and that's where it ends, and you're just like. Okay, that's the only thing that sticks in your mind. You're like, crap, she's in a box.
Yeah. Plus, you have a whole book in between where you're not with these characters. So, like, you got lots of time to forget the intricacies of those secondary characters. I also really love Fenris a lot. And the scene where, not just the scene where his brother dies, where he watches his brother kill himself, but then later when Lorcan is out on the field and Rowan is telling him to go do his thing, the magic that he can do, and Fenris is saying no. And Aylin is the one that has to say, leave it alone. And I'm just like, oh, my heart hurts a lot.
No.
This whole book, your heart hurts.
But when he actually does it at the end, he actually uses his power at the end to actually give it the final backstab to him. It's like, yay!
Everything hurts.
You know, I'll mention a scene that stressed me out.
Yeah, do it.
Most of them,
yes. But like
the entire book.
Yeah, all of them. If I remember this correctly, because I remember this last time I read it as well, and it really stood out to me. When I thought that Dorian was going to start working with Maeve,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that was me too.
Yeah,
I was like, I
no,
love
what are you doing? Oh my
I'm
god.
like, Dorian, stop, please, don't do it.
When he like stopped being about like turned himself human, I was like, dude, what are you doing? Just fucking run.
Yeah.
And then it seemed to all
Go,
like switch,
Dorian,
like,
this way, not that
and
way.
they were like working together. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
It was so weird.
was so nervous throughout that whole section
Mhm.
of the book, being like, she's gonna figure it out. Like, she's gonna figure it out.
She knew the whole time, just standing there. He was there.
Yeah, like I was so nervous that she was gonna figure out he was playing her, because
Yeah.
who gets to one up Maeve like that? It was so nerve-wracking the whole time.
Yeah. See, that's why it stressed me out. Like, because the whole time, that's what I thought. And then just to remind me, he switched it by taking the key. Do you guys remember how that happened?
Oh, I just read this. I should know this. Oh,
What do you mean he switched it by taking the key?
I think it was something with the key.
Yeah, and then he took the 3 keys and then he left and then he burnt down.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
So I wonder, I can't remember how I know that he tricked her, but I can't remember how.
He used his how he's been like learning his magic and like, you know, how to shift parts of things and this, that, and the other.
Right. Did he use portals?
No, he shifted his mindset so she only saw what he wanted her to see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Christina explains it in the video that I watched. She was like, he like made another brain for her, but he hid his own brain for him.
That's the best way of saying it. Yeah, like,
but he doesn't do that again.
No, he just did it for her.
Yeah,
but like he also isn't in another situation since then where he's,
I guess,
being mind controlled.
Yeah. Can we about Dorian's dad coming up at the end?
God.
Oh,
that confuses me. I don't remember that part. I remember it being really confusing. Wasn't that
the
when
whole part with the word keys confuses me?
Me too.
Yeah.
Like
the whole word key thing and how it got locked, and it kind of felt lackluster with
because
this
we've
whole
been
part.
waiting for that since Crown of Midnight.
Yeah,
and then I'm like, what is happening? I'm so confused.
It was like we got this build up to get the keys, and then we get the keys, and then they close in the gate, and it's like,
yeah, this is the part of the magic system that I feel has been convoluted from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
She just chose not to explain it.
Yeah, and the whole, like, you know, it was the gods that were like, right, you need to close this gate,
and you're gonna die, and it's your destiny to die.
It's your destiny to die. But you know,
no, it's not.
But we need you to die to close this gate so we can live. And we'll take everyone with us, and everything will be gravy.
Okay, but we need to talk about Aylin's decision to try to save the ghost of Elena. Why did she do that?
I'm like, why?
Why?
She's already dead.
Why? Why was it important enough to risk everything? Because it didn't work. They didn't even take Erewhon. They didn't even save Elena. Nothing. Nothing.
Was it just bond with her this whole time, or she had that connection? She's like, but what would she save her from?
I think it was to just release her spirit. I don't know.
Like, Elena is stuck, like, not in the realm of the dead, wherever that is. She's like still in the regular world, stuck there because of this thing that they've been waiting for or whatever. So like she wanted to be able to let Elena go to be with her mate, what's his face, Brannon. But like, really was it that important? Was it really with the rest of the race of people on the planet that's not humans but like fae or whatever?
It was just a really weird scene, like how it was almost like it was the scene that she was trying to solve everything and put it all together, and like you said, lackluster, I guess, is the best word.
It kind of, half of it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I did like how she was just like, she didn't actually send them back to their realm. She was just like, hang on, you're being dicks. Go to this realm instead. See ya.
Yeah. And then didn't they see like Rice
Yeah.
I thought
Yes,
that
that-
I
I was about to talk about
going to
that.
bring that up. I was like, is that
That was-
guy
that
with
was what I
the
was
wings and the what?
I
Yeah.
think that was simply so that she could throw a little.
fun thing.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, it was simply because like I can, because I'm the writer and I can do what I want.
I
Like,
think it's
Well,
kind of
yeah, I mean, if you've got something with like a jillion worlds, it's
Yeah.
just like,
Well,
you know,
I
because
know that during this time frame when she hadn't finished that series and she was finishing, neither series were finished yet. A
Right.
lot of people were wondering if there would be a crossover, if they were from the same world, etc. And
Yeah.
I went to her. It was for the release of A Court of Mist and Fury, so the second one. And she was like, no, this is not the same universe. Like Feyre and Rhysand and Aelin and Dorian do not exist in the same universe. They can't meet. And so I think that because there was so many people like wanting that, I think she wanted to give like just a little hint, a little moment.
A little hint.
And
Yeah.
I liked that part, honestly.
I did
thought it was funny and like ridiculous that like, what are the chances, you know, that
It's
kind
kind of
of
cool because then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, but it definitely was fun. It was nice.
I will say that was one thing I was sort of spoiled for before picking up Kingdom of Ash, because it had been so long since it had been in my possession and not reading it. I was like, and I love ACOTAR. It's probably tied with Harry Potter as my favorite series of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that's the scene where I think I first started bawling my eyes out.
Oh,
It was
that's
like,
the one.
because it just tore my heart out. I'm like, oh my god, I can tell reference. And then tears just started streaming down. Like,
Wow, I waited that long? You didn't cry before that?
I teared up, but I didn't. I teared up, but I didn't like full out start bawling my eyes out like until that point.
Jackie posted a picture in our little like group chat of like, you know, I finished and there's tears streamed down.
I wish we could like put a screenshot up of my reaction. I'm like, I'm not okay. I'm not fine.
Speaking of it, I know that you guys just finished it, and especially you just did like an hour ago, and you were weeping.
Yeah.
I'm not a book crier, so I was okay. I mean, I did get a little like, oh, my babies.
Yeah.
But no, I was
But were
fine.
you happy how it all wrapped up?
Mostly,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there were some things that could have been done better, but I overall was really happy with how it ended.
I would have liked more explanation with Irene's power killing Erewhon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it seems like the whole... There were, like, 3 major points of, like, you know, shit's got to get tied done. We had the word gate with the keys. We had to kill Maeve, and we had to kill Erewhon. And it just seemed like each part of those were, like... It's like we've already spoken about like the word gate and all that. Like, that was just what the fuck's going on. Maeve, we were just happy that, you know, she got beheaded. Let's
I was like, yes, thank you.
like, yeah, about time. And the whole Erewhon thing, it was just like there was Lysandra there was a lead there, and Irene, and it was just like, okay, why are all these people here when it's only the Irene that needs to be? And then it was like she was like, yeah, I'm laying hands on you and you're getting some light brought into it. And there was just like, yeah.
And the whole needing the king's name. Okay, so can we just talk about Dorian's the king? The king. Yeah. We need to talk about the king, because I feel like this book really focused a lot on like Dorian's daddy issues, and I mean,
it's true.
And like the king and everything. And I just like, there had not been enough development of the king to care.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough.
And I didn't believe
Right.
I didn't believe that he was like it was when he was like it wasn't me and I was there and like I was like I feel like
Yeah,
it's still
and honestly, I feel like that really cheapened it for me.
Yes,
I
I
would have.
agree.
I loved that the king was just this
Yeah, same.
tyrant, this horrible
Yeah.
person. Like,
Yeah. It didn't make sense. I was like, I don't like it.
yeah, and I still and then you get to the point where, okay, he's not this evil tyrant. He was taken by the Valg and like trying to whatever, like save the world or whatever, and that's why he decides to kill
Magic.
a lot of like destroy magic and also hunt down healers and fairies, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Are you?
Yeah, no.
We're gonna try to okay that? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I
That's what
still
it is.
don't like you because you still made that decision, even if, like, the reasoning behind it didn't make enough sense for me to be like on board with. Oh, the king was a good guy. He just was taken by the Valg.
For someone to have a 7-book redemption arc, it was just
yeah.
And like, look, I know that she can write so well because we watched Manon from book 3 to book 7, or wait, 7? Yeah, book 7 be from this like heartless murderer, like mass spree killer, to being the human witch, but human person that she is at the end, who cares and like wants peace, and she's the queen of peace, not war, and like she's so good, and like
Manon is just everything.
yeah, so like I know Sarah J. Maas can write well, I guess is my point. Like clearly she knows how to make a character arc, but I don't believe the king's character.
I totally understand that. I don't know why the hell he was brought in for all of it, and that whole part of the storyline and using his power, and
it could have been taken out.
My name is Dorian. It's like, yeah, we knew that. We still don't care.
We still don't care.
And like, it's not even that surprising that he would name his child his own name. Like, ooh, surprise.
Yeah.
What?
But it's like, at the end, we have the nice little wrap-up bow of Kale's mum with the letter and the book.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
right. I forgot about that.
What about Dorian's mum and Dorian's younger brother?
Yeah,
they've just disappeared. Where the hell are they?
Oh, yeah, they did just appear.
I remember that I thought we do see his brother in Morath at some point. He's been taken as Val.
Right. Did he die in Morath?
I think so.
Yeah, I think he did. I think it was I can't remember.
It's a small scene.
It was a very small scene. I do remember
Empire
something.
Storms.
Yeah, it sounds like Empire Storms, maybe Queen of Shadows, but
yeah,
I think it was Empire.
Yeah, it's whichever book it is that what's her face blows up Morath.
That's Empire Storms.
Yeah, I think it's that book
at the beginning. Yeah,
and
he was there.
But like, where's the queen? What's happening? Why did he like? I would have loved not necessarily to get her perspective, like because we have too many perspectives in this series, but I would have loved to have a little bit more understanding of what she felt about it. Like her husband was not her husband. Was a creepy demon Val.
Did she not notice?
I mean, we all have those moments where we think our partner's possessed, but for her case, it's actually true.
Yeah, and like, there's also something to be said about like her. She was probably the woman of like the wife of an abuser. Like, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. So like, I would have loved to see some. I don't know, just as much character development, I guess, as what we got from Kale's mom. Like, just that amount for the queen would have been nice.
Yeah.
Oh, can we say with Kale's dad dropping the bomb about Irene being pregnant?
Oh, yeah.
What a dick move!
I don't remember that part. Oh my gosh.
I also really loved the scene with Arisha, though, where she's like, so, when were you planning on telling me? That's so
You
good.
know? Like, seriously?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that scene with his dad is also, I mean, it was entertaining even though it
Mhm.
sucked, you know?
I was gonna finish that chapter and like I was like, right, okay, I'll finish this chapter and then I'll go to bed. I'll go to sleep.
Mhm.
And I was listening to it on audiobook while I was like taking some notes. And Chris had come to bed at that point, and he was just like, "How long are you gonna be?" I'm like, "I'm gonna finish this chapter, and then I'm gonna thing." And then he drops that bombshell. I was like, "Oh
Never mind.
no!"
No.
And Chris just was like, "Okay, you kind of need to finish. You need another chapter, don't you?" I was like, yeah, I do."
That's how this whole book is for me. Like I went to bed one night and I was like, okay, like I've got 10 minutes before I really need to like lay down and turn the light off. So I opened it up. I read for 40 minutes. Mistakes. Like that happened so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, I know I muted at one point because Ian got home, but I don't know if you mentioned this. One of my favorite parts was when Manon, of course,
Queen.
yeah, like just her being part of like the Crocans and going there. And did she end up bringing the yellow legs or the yellow legs? Is that right? Yellow
No.
teeth?
Yellow legs.
It was the
Yellow
blue.
legs, iron teeth, blue bloods.
Yeah, it was
Because
the
she
blue
went to
blue.
the camp and then
Uh-huh.
they got attacked by one of them, and she's like, "Did you bring them here?" But she
Iron teeth.
did.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
But she purposely did it so that she could prove that she chose the Crocans because she fought against the Iron
Right.
Teeth, her own clan.
Right.
And so she was like, of course I didn't bring them here, but I chose to fight for you.
Right. Okay.
Let me
'cause I was
show my
confused.
allegiance. But she purposely brought them so that she could show it.
Yeah.
I think that so many things were done right in this book, but there was quite a lot of things that were done really weird and wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the things that were done right were done really, really right, and
Yeah.
it kind of like got me in the feels and all the loves and the stuff.
Yeah.
And then there were other bits that were just like, I don't get it. Why?
Right. Now, after
Yeah.
talking about it, I think, finishing it, even as we're talking, I think even the part when I get to like the word keys and stuff, I feel like it's going to make a little bit more sense now that we've kind of like just discussed it a little bit, Any last minute or last things you guys want to talk about, mention, etc.?
Oh my God. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
I can't believe it's over.
I know.
Yeah. Well, let's just say we might be reading Crescent City together.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't have it yet, though.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Do you want to see
Mine.
it?
Get
Hold
it.
on a second.
Let me,
I just need
Let
to
me
see
go
the
grab
person.
mine.
I just need to see in the person. Oh my God! What is that artwork?
It's so pretty.
Oh, so is the UK and the US ones the same?
I think so.
Jackie's so
Wow.
prepared. She's like, "Let me show you."
Dang.
Are they all open the front? Yeah, you got
Yeah,
that
it
artwork.
is the same.
these end papers, like,
Is the back the same as the front? I think so. That's the back.
Oh my gosh! And how long is it?
it's
A
a little over
long-
800,
Okay.
800 pages.
So we'll have like a 2-month thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my copy is exactly 799.
I think I'm in
Pages.
acknowledgements.
That'd be weird if they're different.
Yeah, mine's 803.
What?
Yeah.
That's with
If you're counting the acknowledgements, then I think
Oh, yeah. If you
yeah.
count the acknowledgements, 803.
yeah, not counting is probably the same as yours, Kassie.
Yeah. And the pages are super, super Bible thin.
Yeah, that's thin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Akawaras.
Yeah.
Like mine's also signed.
I'm
Oh,
jealous.
that's all right. Yeah, rub it in, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm so excited to read this. But
I've
I have.
You
so
might
many
have that
books.
signed, but I've got 2 copies of Chain of Gold.
Oh,
I don't
read
have that one yet.
I don't read Cassandra Clare, so
Me either. I quit after.
I did too.
Yeah, I can't do it anymore.
I'm honestly trying to decide if I'm gonna read it.
for one of them. So
Ooh. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna try another series. Cause like, man, with Cassandra Clare, I read Mortal Instruments first, liked it, Infernal Devices, really liked it. Then I read the Dark Artifices, and I really love those ones.
Yeah.
But even with saying that, like how they get better and better, every time a new Cassandra Clare series starts, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it.
I know. I made it through.
I love
It's
her.
so good, though. It's so good.
I can't get.
Go ahead, Brittni.
I was just gonna say every single one I've read I didn't like. I was like, nope. And I kept trying, and I'm like, okay, I can't.
Yeah.
They're so kitschy.
Yeah.
Mm.
I read both the entirety of the Immortal Instruments and the Infernal Devices. I love the Infernal Devices. It's probably in my top 5 favorite series of all time. I love it. The Immortal Instruments, I like the first 3 books, and then the rest of them just went downhill. I think I gave the 5th book like 2 stars. I'm like, why am I still going on with this series? I hate it. It's just so, I'm sorry, Paula and Kassie. It's just so overhyped.
It is. It's like I like the Infernal Devices and the Dark Artifices a lot more than the Mortal Instrument series.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm liking this one, but I'm having a hard time getting into it just because I've finished, like I said, finished this book, and I also finished King of Crows.
Oh, the Divine
I still need to read that too.
Oh my
I
God.
read the first book. I loved it.
So
I loved it.
good. So
I need to reread the series though before I do it, and I want to listen to them on audiobook. And part of it is just that like I need to find the time to read.
They're fantastic, Kassie. I only read the first one, but I loved it.
Yeah, I've read the first like all of them except for what is it called?
King of Crows.
King of Crows.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rose.
and they're so good. I think that's definitely a top series for me. It's so
And
good.
you know, that hit me in the feels as well. I had there was some moments
And-
where I was like,
Yeah, and January Lavoie, her narration. Oh my.
yep.
Not to say that that's like the only reason it's good, but man, it like brings it up on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to that. I think if we do Crescent City, we're saying maybe on Jackie's channel. So
Yes.
if anyone's interested,
I will have a formal announcement on my channel once we decide, and
Yep.
I'll let you guys know.
Sweet.
I need some time to recover from this book before diving into that one.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Same.
But thank you to you 3 for joining the live show every single time.
Yes.
And it was always a great experience.
It was a journey.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Yeah,
a
it
journey.
was a long journey.
Long journey. We made it.
Oh my gosh. Yes. All right. Thank you to everyone watching. Everyone is linked in the description down below. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.